Now I'm going to take an umbrella, and we're going to take the light and we're going to bounce the light into the umbrella. And the whole reason for that is to try to make the light source bigger. Softness is controlled by how big your light source is, period. I'm never going to ask you what kind of lights you have, or what kind they are, or what brand they're made for. The only question I would ever ask you if we were hanging out or talking, or here I am one-on-one with you, is the biggest thing in lighting is how big your light is. And there's something else too, and that is how far away you place the light. So lighting, in a nutshell, I could tell you the whole course right now is size and distance. But we're going to break it down for you today so you can learn together. So we're going to turn this light back on, and you're going to notice the lighting on her face again. Turn your face just a little more, and you see how pretty that lighting is. Now watch when we modify it and make it bigger. So we're going to take this umbrella, and we're going to place it on the umbrella mount on your light stand, and here's our light. Now why is the lighting softer? Because it's bigger. Now there's two ways to use your umbrella. You can do this, which we call shooting through, or you can take the umbrella, turn it around, and you can bounce off of it. Both are nice, but if softness is controlled by how big your light source is, then the object of the game would be how to get your light as close to the subject as you can in order for it to be soft. In other words, if you bought this 45-inch umbrella and you wanted it to get the most performance or be as soft as it possibly could, you'd have to get it as close to the subject as you can. Now, did you ever see a photographer shoot through an umbrella, which we just did a minute ago? The reason for it is so that I can get this light closer to the subject. So just by doing this, look how close that light can get to her. Now, in lighting, there's two roads. One of them is how bright your light is, and the other one is how soft or what kind of qualities does your light have. Brightness is what f-stop you set your camera to. Quality is it soft, is it harsh, is it wrapping around, how much light depth of field does it have, and of course, where it's being aimed and the patterns of light that it's putting on the face. But for right now, we're just talking about how to make lighting soft. Softness is how big it is, how close you can get it to the subject. Now, outside, when we're taking photographs, we're trying to simulate what's outside. Outside you have sunny day, cloudy day, and another day of which we call directional diffused lighting. So, pretend this is a cloud, and the sun happened to just pierce right through that cloud. This is called directional diffused. This is a simulation of the sun piercing through a cloud. In portrait photography, or in a lot of times any kind of photography where you want a little more brilliance out of the light, you're going to need what we call specular highlights. The only way you can get a specular is when the sun pierces through the cloud. Most photographers think that an overcast day is the best. It's not necessarily. This is, to me, is my favorite type of lighting because the sun's piercing through the cloud. And the way that we do that is you take your light on your umbrella shaft and you're moving it different distances from the front of the umbrella to see how you want your speculars to be. Do you want just a fully diffused day, no hot spots, or do you want to bring the light closer to the front and produce a hot spot? So that's how you get brilliance out of your light. Why would you want brilliance out of your light? Because if you're taking a portrait and you put a soft focus filter in front of the lens and then you use a great big huge softbox, you get what we call mush. It's just flat, there's no brilliance to it. Okay, so we've gone through that part and we're realizing now about how to get your light soft, how to get a little bit more snap or brilliance out of the light, and how to adjust all that. So let's take it to the next step now.